Hello, I'm Bev from the Apparel and Awards Factory. I apologize in advance for poor theatrics creating this video. We wanted to make a video to help our customers know what type of things we'll need to know to help them with their first t-shirt order. A lot of our customers are not regular t-shirt buyers, and the things they might need to know they're not aware of. So we wanted to try to go through some things. First thing is, there are more than just a t-shirt. T-shirts can come in 100% cotton. A lot of times customers think that the 100% cotton feels like you get a little bit more shirt. It feels a little heavier. 100% cotton is pre-shrunk, so it shouldn't shrink much. It might shrink slightly. Sometimes customers feel like the 100% cotton feels a little coarser, so they might prefer the 50-50 blend because of that reason. 100% cotton might wrinkle a little bit compared to the 50-50 blend, but some people like the natural 100% cotton. If you have allergies, things like that, 100% cotton is a good choice, but there are other choices. There is the 50-50 blend. Some people feel like it's a little thinner than the 100% cotton shirt. It is. Some think it feels a little softer. They're both about the same price, so sometimes just touching and feeling to see which one might best suit your needs might be a good idea. So we have samples of all of these in our showroom. They do have ladies cut. A lot of times the ladies, these unisex sizings doesn't fit the lady as well. There is ladies cut t-shirts that are about the same price, so sometimes that might be a good choice for our female customers. Sometimes the more fitted type lady shirts can get pricier, but just in your basic t-shirt they're the same price. But when you get into things like this, maybe, then you're looking at a little bit more price, but those kind of options are available. So the first thing is, when you're choosing your t-shirt, is what type of shirt do you want? The second thing we'll need is your artwork. What do you want on your shirt? Sometimes customers will provide that for us. They'll actually send us the file. A lot of times our customers have an idea. They may have it sketched out, or they have it in their mind. We're able to take what your idea is and then create it on the computer and then send you a proof. So we will obviously need to know what you want on your shirt. We need to prepare film for your shirt. It'll end up looking like this. We'll need one of these for every color of your shirt or every color of your art. So for example, if your art that you want on your shirt is 2 or 3 different colors, we have to prepare a film for each color. That, as we're going to talk about in a minute, ends up being a little bit more costly. So we'll need artwork. When you're considering your shirt, what color shirt do you want, and then what are your ink colors? Sometimes customers are not sure. A good general rule, if you're picking a light colored shirt, you probably want a dark colored ink, and if you're picking a dark colored shirt, you probably want a light colored ink. Those will contrast the best and make your artwork stand out on your shirt. For example, you probably don't want to do black ink on a purple shirt or gold ink on a white shirt. It won't contrast very much, and you won't be able to see your artwork as well. So thinking about your shirt color and your ink color also will help you, create a good looking shirt. Now, to our customers, one of the things that's most important to them is cost. There are really 3 factors that determine cost. How many shirts are you going to do? And the reason we ask that is because there is with screen printing, a time it takes to set up all of the artwork and set up the screens. For every color on your shirt, we have to take a screen like this and burn the artwork onto the screen. We then have to line up all the colors, have to be lined up on the machine. Then you print the shirt, and then you have to take all that down, clean up all the ink, and reclaim the screen. So all of that takes a period of time. Some vendors or some businesses will charge you a screen charge, what they call it, for every color of ink. They'll charge you between $12 to $18 for a screen charge. We try to factor that into the cost of the shirt. We found that sometimes that's confusing for our customers, so we factor that in. But the number of shirts is going to impact your price. The more shirts, the less your price is going to be, because the time it takes to set all the artwork up, burn all the screens, set them up on the machine, line them all up with one another, take them all down, clean up the job, takes a certain amount of time, so that time has to be factored in. So if you're doing 12 shirts, expect to pay a lot more than if you're doing 50 shirts. So the first factor is how many shirts you're doing. Second factor is how many ink colors are in your design. Again, for every ink color, then we have to set up a screen like this. There has to be a piece of art like this for every color that we looked at, and then they all have to be lined up on the machine, which again takes more time. When they're printed, then obviously you're printing, say if you're on your shirt, you've got a red and a black on the shirt. The red has to be printed. Usually it has to be flashed or dried a little bit so that you can print the other color. So it's going to take a lot longer to print. It's going to take longer to clean the job up when it's over. So the second factor is how many ink colors in your design. The less ink colors, the less expensive your shirt is going to be. And then the third factor is going to be how many places are you going to print. This shirt here has just a front print. That's going to be less expensive if you're printing on the front and you're printing on the back, because in effect the shirt has to get printed twice if you're printing on the front and the back. Sometimes people will print on sleeves, wherever. So the number of locations you're printing also is a variable in cost. So when you're thinking about cost, how many shirts are you going to do? How many colors of ink is in your design, and how many different places are you going to print on your shirt? The least expensive shirt would be a one color print in one location, and then the other variable would be the number of shirts that you're doing. Obviously we would need the sizes that you want. Most people are familiar with t-shirt sizes. You can expect to pay a little bit more for XX and XXX and 4X. T-shirts go all the way up to 6X. So you can get some really large sizes. Youth sizes are the same as adult sizes. Kind of would seem be common sense that they should be less expensive, but actually most of the time they're more expensive to us slightly. I guess it has to do with they don't produce as many, I guess. But usually your adult t-shirt sizes, small to large or extra large, are usually the less expensive shirts. We're always glad to provide you a proof. In fact, that's a good idea before we print the shirts, because sometimes what you were talking about, what we thought you were talking about, may not be exactly the same. So I think it's always a good idea before we print the shirts, we send you a proof via email, let you look at it and make sure we've got the print the way you want it. And then the last factor probably in picking your t-shirts, you want to think through how many do you really need. It's not a bad idea actually to get an extra or two of the sizes that you do the most. When we talked about cost, the setup on a job is oftentimes as long as actually printing the shirt. So sometimes customers will come back and need one more. A lot of vendors will charge you the screen charges, and in effect that one shirt may end up costing you $40, $50 to get one shirt because of the time involved in setting that job back up again. So think through how many do you need. Make sure you've got all the people covered, and it's not a bad idea actually to get an extra one or two so that you can have enough, because sometimes it may be impossible to come back and get one or two more, particularly if it's a multicolor job and a multi-location job. It's just not practical to spend a half a day to print one or two shirts. So hopefully this helps you figure out what is it that you need to know in order to purchase t-shirts. And we'd be glad to talk with you about your order and what your artwork and what your needs are. Thank you.